G'day, welcome to session 66 of my Oxygen Not Included playthrough. Now, one exciting change to, let me just quickly cancel this, as the first thing pointed out to stuff going on. Stop getting people to collect from the massive collection of stuff. It obviously would have eventually ended on its own. They would have just picked up all the stuff, dumped it in here, picked it all up, just finished that circular loop. But with how much garbage is all over the place to get collected, that's definitely not waste their time. So thank you to those that pointed that out. One major thing of note coming into this one is that I am coming to you live from my brand new computer. So hopefully what we were seeing at the end of the day where this was starting to save and really catch lag, hopefully that is now gone. Now, pointed out that possibly the issue here is it's just round the wrong way. See, this one goes circle away from that guy. This guy is, are they just connected to each other? Let's have a look. Yeah, they're connected to each other. That's the issue. So we got to deconstruct. It's that point, and that should break the two of those. Let's see someone get up there nice and quick. Well, not the thing I wanted deconstructed, but... Right, I mean, the materials are already there, right? So just got to do it, and we've got to make sure that the circle is facing away from the connection. So that's what we want. And then we'll just make that way. Yeah. Thank you for pointing that one out. And then the other big one was the duplicate speed. Now, one thing I did like as a suggestion, I thought was quite good. Someone suggested that, okay, actually just quickly, both of those are now considered flooded and underwater, which was the downside to where they were put. So we can do for that one. Could we move it over here? We don't really need that third ladder. Let's deconstruct that. Actually, I think we're right to just say deconstruct that line. Nothing else in there. We can say copy that, put it there. I'm not sure if the fish will be able to reach it. We'll say put that there. Weird spot for you to get stuck there, Stinky. And we'll say deconstruct that one. Let you get out of there. We'll just leave those two. Okay, so that does mean that we kind of want to stop that having water coming through. The good news is that one is done. Bringing any more water through so we can deconstruct him. The other thing, right, so what we could also possibly look at is, sorry, one person's suggestion was what I could do is the way that I've done this gate here, and I've just sort of told, say, well, Camille's now no longer got her custom access, but the way that I had authority on this door to say they can't go there, I could have just done that for these doors. So if I said to that door, all right, Camille, Nails, you're not allowed to go through that, so that they could still operate do jobs that actually help people within the community, but they weren't expected to go anywhere outside. I really liked it. I like it as a suggestion. I think that what this is doing would be a faster approach to... okay, these guys are cramped, so let's try and get rid of some older ones. Let's get rid of him because he's over 50. We'll get rid of him because he's over 70. 48. 76. We'll get rid of him. Really Logan's run these guys. Another egg in there too. He's 12, so let's get rid of that 48-year-old as well. And we've got another egg down here, so we've got plenty of more coming. Hopefully this is doing something for the air. I can see it's 28 on that side of this guy. 38, 34 around this side. Now, what I kind of was thinking too is I wonder if I should just audit everyone. We go to... Is there a way that I can just sort of cool, I can just click on everyone here and just see what their skills are looking like. Not their skills. What's the one that actually has it? It is skills, it's just down here. Athletics 20. Not bad. Cool. Athletics 21. I imagine she runs around a lot. Athletics 22. Athletics 24. I'm surprised you're struggling. You're at the back of the pack here, Stinky. Athletics 23. Who was that? Was that Hassan? Yep. Himar Athletics 20. May 18. Turner 18. Barney 18. Ashcan 9. 11, depending on where he is. She's 8, depending on where she is. And she's not. Sorry, is that Nails as well? 9. Alright, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to say congratulations, Nails. You've graduated from this as well. So when she leaves, she doesn't ever have to come back. And we'll just leave that room there for if we want anyone else to come in. That's certainly going to be enough to allow them to contribute to society. Sorry, we just needed to say that was Parku fries, and this one out. Done. Okay. And we can see we've got a few little Parku fries in there. None of the adults are still around. People just beating up on some old matches. Alright, so the temp in there is getting a little bit better. It's sitting right on 29 where that guy is. I think that the two of these guys are going to do a nice contribution. As you can see, it's 40 down here. And then even 28 sort of gets up past them. And we can see those are all growing now, so cool. Doing their job. Alright. So your filter was going to be... Well, all you have to do is just go to this guy, say copy settings. Settings applied. That building's currently disabled. I mean, that'll be an overload of water coming down. That's alright, this guy generally does get pretty light on before we ever get him more stuff, so we'll see. Don't really need hatchling eggs. None of these guys seem overly appealing. Now actually, I don't think I want to increase the amount of people I have anymore, and I think that's because we go to colony summary. We can home sweet home. Yes, so you can see one of the things there was population 12 actually, so I don't think it's any, it's morale of those people as well. So everything except building that great monument is done for this one, so it's why we sort of want to try and get that great monument going. And that one we've just got to send someone on a one-way mission to the furthest star map destination. I would really like to get this done with our 12 guys. I don't think there's any demand to really for me to need any more than 12 guys going at any one time. Alright, cool. I think that that end of week's slowdown is definitely looking better than it was. It's a lot of polluted water in here too. How it's coming down this way, where all that's come from. It must have just been polluted snow or something sitting in there. There's a lot of just water too. But one thing I was thinking about with this water versus the polluted water sitting below it is that I would love it if the polluted water and the water just mix. So if you put polluted water in water, you've now just got a whole lot of polluted water. I've put clean water into my fish tank, and I can assure you it doesn't remain this color to the murky green of the other water around it. So I mean, if that was what was happening, and this was all just going to start looking polluted perfect, then we could take care of that. But it's more my concern for the fries that are going to be in here. These guys, they're not going to want to... Do they care whether they're in dirty water or not? Assume they do. really say. Okay. So let's get back on. Oh, it is nice to see that we've got steel in any capacity. Let's get back on looking on this monument. That was under furniture. So, monument. A lot of steel, a lot of obsidian, plastic steel, ceramic, diamond, glass, steel. So, we probably want to put all of those things on this side panel just to keep an eye on what we've got. So it's the glass, it's diamond, 20 tons. So I think we're good for diamond. Glass, diamond, steel, ceramic. 16 tons of ceramic. Plastic, steel, obsidian. Reserved. That actually means it's set for something else. We've got 6 tons of that. Okay. Well, let me add this to my my notes so that we make sure. Sorry, make sure that we've got the correct amount of everything coming our way. So we need 2.5 tons of obsidian, which we're done. That is good to go. Steel is 7.5 tons plus 5 tons plus 5 tons. So we need, that's not the toughest math in the world, 17.5 tons. We also need, so that's steel. So ceramic was 2.5 tons. I think that was the only one of ceramic. Yep, 2.5 tons of ceramic. And we're there. I don't even know why I'm bothering building ceramic if that's the case. Just been using it for something else, right? Plastic is 2.5 tons, and we're there. Glass, we need 2.5 tons, and we're not there. And then diamond, 2.5 tons, we're easily there. So it is only the glass and the glass and the steel that we're working on at this point. That one. So glass seems to be slow going. Have I been using glass for something else? Or have I just got no glass on order at the moment? That's just sand. So we get 25 kilos of glass if we do one. I wish that it would tell me what the total was I was about to make. So let's math this out. 25 tons, I only need 2 tons now. So for every 4 I get 100. So to get 1,000 I would need 40, to get 2,000 I would need 80. So 100, I mean it's only sand, so we may as well just go over the top of what's required there. All good. Steel. Alright, what's our order looking like? So we're saying iron to steel, iron ore to iron. How much are we getting? We're getting 100 kilos of steel for every one of these that we do. So we would need 17 tons. So 10 of them will give us 1,000. So 175? 175 would give us the amount that we need. Alright, so that's a little bit of a whiles away. Hopefully let's up the priority of this thing. Let's get it cooking. So let's put that to 99. Let's put that up to 99 as well. No point waiting about in it, making it accidentally not cook. My question in the last one of should I have more of those going, I think the answer came back not really. Not until I've got a more sustainable way of keeping it cool. Not until Yeah, I think that was basically it. That my setup isn't... the more I have, the more heat that I'm going to be generating. And it's going to be universally thought that my setup here is not reflective of, of a good system yet. So we will leave that as is. So I will mark it off as a marker. So we're going to plug away with the glass. Actually, did I put a priority high on this thing too? Because I think that's the important thing. This should essentially be considered... Yeah, good. It's a 9. It's probably the most important thing for anyone to be doing. So let's get some steel made. Grab an iron and run it off. Right, are they making the refined carbon? Because this guy needs refined carbon for one of these. Is that right? Right, so I've only got 20... No, it's saying that I've got 2 tons of refined carbon, but how much am I going to need? Does seem like I'm under lime as well. But lime didn't cost me anything of significance, was that right? That was just fossil. No issues in just sort of pounding fossils into lime. Yeah, 20 tons of that. I only needed 10 kilos of lime for any one of these makes, so not a big deal. See, the steel's already gone up 200. Alright, theory, what if I was gonna say, what if I built a tube that went from here to here, save people having to walk all the way up there. Very least, I should probably let's upgrade these ladders for them. Some plastic ladders going for this section. Cancel that one. So we can also say to buildings, we can deconstruct those 2 ladders. It's causing all that. So is water just rolling down both ways here? I mean, either way, it doesn't much matter because it will still end up in that same one spot. Well, actually, this way it goes into there. Does look like they're doing a good job of just sort of running that thing around the clock now. We've already doubled the amount of steel we had. Nice to see. So, I would say I can probably remove some of these. Let's get rid of the ones that are ticked. I think I was way closer than I realized I was. So it's glass, steel, and plastic that I'll keep. It does make me wonder too if I should rotate the clock a little bit more. That I've got more people sort of working overnight. It's a funny thing about Ash County. I think he's the slowest guy in the Ash County's the slowest guy here, but he spends so much time super happy that his athletics is out of this world. Yeah, we can remove their custom access. Still plenty to pick up around here. A lot of it's liquid. Like, there's some sandstone there. Let's grab that. Else is happy. Plenty of guys are happy at the moment. It's good to see. Nice to see other people sort of, like, there's multiple people doing work here. The comment also made that if I've got more iron around, there's iron lying around. Let's dig iron. Last time I did do this, I blindly sort of dug out some parts that were not really in a position to get dug out and leaving people a bit more stranded. Cancel those ones, 'cause it doesn't look like they'll get to them. We might as well just dig the gold there. Let's go hunting for some, for any gold we can find, any, iron. It's about as well. Some copper. Where did I click? So that one. Could leave them stranded if we just do that. So let's I can actually get down there. Dig out those ones. There. What's that iron? Our best approach to this one. Work our way up. Yeah, some of these are real close. Alright, let's get started with those. Sounds like there's some new printables coming. Yep. Oxyfern. Always take an oxyfern. Do these guys require water? They do, then that's something that I probably could have looked at. Getting this whole bottom row just hydroponic spaces. What's that food? Let's run a row of hydroponic underneath them. Cancel that build. Let's cancel that one too. Right underneath them. Just make sure as well we've got no fluid operating under there. We do. That is clean water. Cancel that, because I've now just made a mistake. Mainly. Construct that guy. And let's not around. Let's make that a major priority. Found Ashcan, you can see it there. They're gone. Great. Okay, so let's go that across there. And we'll go liquid bridge across there. Suddenly made the place a lot hotter. But possibly the water actually will make this cooler for him. Alright, let's uproot it. Get our uprooting going. Did I get rid of steel up there? Steel, it was because steel was just sitting there as a new resource politely. Took itself up there. How are we doing with our fossil? Not much movement going on there. What are we doing up here? That's great. Smashed through a heap of that. I won't add any extra to that just yet. I'm sure I can wait till later. A lot of priority going, but it's operating something down here. Immediately didn't like it. Funny that you're feeding the plants and ignoring the quest to dig up the plants that are in them. Really happy with this system down here, by the way. My hydrogen generators and my electrolyzers. Really nice circular system. Hope you're getting towards your goal 2 power control station. Probably get rid of you once we've hit that achievement. We just ask for these to be deconstructed, they might take them a little bit more seriously. Blast really isn't firing away at any sort of quick pace. And that's just set to 6, but I mean the thing is that for that glass to be relevant, I'm going to need so much steel that, like, if I assume I've got to build this thing in order, so the first thing I'm going to have to build is going to be the base, which is just 7.5 tons of steel. So then I've got to build that, and then I've got to build the glass. So if they're just taking their time with the glass, it's not a big deal, because literally I need 12.5 tons. No, actually I need a full 17.5 tons of steel before then. So we can definitely cope with it not being rocketing away at the same pace. Cool. Alright, so now we can say, well, we can see what was sitting on them because the seeds are sitting right on top of them, so we can, good effort of remembering what was where. Hopefully that makes them operate a little bit better, and hopefully it does, yeah, reduce the heat down here with the extra water sort of pumping through. These plants are definitely in a struggle though. The heat's sort of coming from everywhere around here. I don't know how these guys sleep. Who has the best? 33. Stinky. I suppose you don't even have a insulated floor. Let's give him one. I'll reduce some of that. So who has the best bedroom in this place? 23, 20, 18. I think Mimar wins. The biggest room. She's got plant. She's got a waste ward in there to keep it cool. 30 degrees for these guys up here. She doesn't even have a roof. That, like, polluted oxygen sitting at the top of her room as well. As I say, this is starting to drop a bit, but good, we've got this guy's operating, and now that he's operating, it will mean that this is operating, so, you know, the system works. The only problem is that this is such a slow-paced system that it'll take its time to... Well, I mean, I suppose it'll take its time to get started at filling that room up, but once it gets started, it's not until this actually goes red that that'll eventually, like, then just take its time to slow down. But the system works. The system works, right? Wow. Okay. So that water is starting to heat up. I think we're gonna just have to get it to flow down into this next section. Let's just give it a tile down there. I just cook it in overdrive. Now the good thing is, even if that room overflows, it's just going to flood down into the rest of this section anyway. Definitely getting warmer. Actually, that's right. I was talking about this liquid sort of that's running off here. But it's got a pipe that takes its liquid out. Now this guy's disabled, so I'm not sure that's going to activate anyway. This is now a weird section of water because it can't really flow into here. There's no room. I don't quite know what to do with it. Someone did suggest that what I should do with this is keep it to as my hot water tank and then use it to sort of make steam later on. Actually, I do have a problem with this overflowing here. Like, if it goes up this way, it's not a big deal, but this is a problem. Let's deconstruct that. And we'll build a tile there. And then what we'll do is we'll deconstruct that, actually. And instead we'll build a ladder. Goes there. Can I build a ladder in that square? Hope we realize that till we build this, we've got Ashcan sort of stuck in his... There we go. Not that it matters, they can just wander up. But now that means that can sort of flood up this way, and so it's got to that capacity, all of this, all of that, before it's a problem. In fact, the floor here is now pointless. So I mean, we could get rid of this whole floor, this wall, really. Yeah, let's do it. So let's deconstruct that to begin with. See that water is now flowing over the top here. So let's just mop this. I mean, it's just not really running anywhere of consequence, but let's oh no, I was gonna say let's make a mesh tile, but we literally don't want this flowing up over the top, so I don't know if I think that's just leaking out of that, but I don't know what else to do with it. The temperature of that is still less than the temperature of this tank anyway. But it's just, for me, it's more that there's so much water in there already. I mean, I wonder if possibly what I should do is just have this pump straight through to here. But that's going to be turned off for so long for most of the time that that's not going to do anything. And if I did the same thing where I built a water sieve and then had that just pumping straight in here, which is not that far away, so it'd actually be a nice, easy little system, this would overflow nice and quick as well. But I could up the size of this thing again. I could build it actually all the way out to here. Because I don't need to get in this room anymore. I mean, we expose this chlorine and hydrogen out to the world. As long as it's on the outside of the tank, though. What do we think? What should I do with this? What are our options? A, keep it for a hot water tank or some other potential tank need. Because it can now flood all the way up to, say, here before I actually need to address it. Which is a long time away. B, just have it go connect into here. C, have it connect straight into this and then go part of that network. Or D, set up a water sieve here so that even though just because there's some polluted water in there, it just sieves before it goes through into this water. Because it's not germed at all, so it doesn't need to sort of go through the slow process that this one is to clean those germs out of it. And do I make this bigger? Is it worthwhile? I could lower the ceiling here again too, and even give it an extra floor down. I could actually even give it an extra floor across here. There's no need for... These guys here don't need to be that one up. Let's just build that for now. Can they reach up there? Not even sure. Let's find out. I believe there's stuff still sitting here that no one's gotten as a sweep errand yet. Now we've got another smooth hatchling too. Let's see. A bit of gold refined in there for me. Alright, as we're coming to the end of this one, just so I don't forget later, let's revert these back up to 99s. No doubt we'll still need them. Let's check out the fossils too. Oh, actually, I wonder why, if that's why this is suddenly hotter down here, because I've had this thing operating a lot more frequently. That's what's causing the heat. See, the heat's 36 around this guy. Obviously, it'd be contributing to the heat of his room. And it's not running, and this is looking a bit better. Alright. When the day breaks, that'll be the end of us here. Another successful mission. I do feel like we're well on our way to getting that statue built. It is now just basically a waiting game for the steel. And then just solving the question of what do we do with all our liquid. It definitely would be quicker to have more than one of these, but I think that heat-wise, we are probably better off with just the one. This is certainly a lot of fluid, and I feel like because this is cycling out to it, this will need it at some point. Yeah, cool, that was all made. Let's just say just one last deconstruct buildings. That. We'll have to copy these two guys to move them elsewhere. They're just full of ice and things, I think. Let's cancel those two deconstructs till we've moved those guys. But that is a problem for another day. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you later.